Hey guys, it's me. I'm Ted here. Welcome back to one of my live streams. It's the morning, um, 10 o'clock where I am right now. And my mom's going to work. Just woke up. Can I remind you of something? Hold on. Okay. Hey, I know I haven't been live streaming a lot lately. It's because, I've been on a tight schedule for a while now. Because, I've been in collabs, and stuff. But I've been in collabs, we're making episodes. My schedule has been tight.
Domino's best deal ever now includes stuffed crust. Dear Christopher, here is your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come off the station yard and see the world. He's tell you how he is. Greetings, everyone. To the first episode of Thomas the Perfect, the series where I'm taking a final look at each of the
Yes.
25 seasons of Thomas
But
the
I
Perfect.
might as well talking. I might as well give you guys the link to
the finale video where I rank them.
the
This series will kick off with the one that started it all back in.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Bell Railway that featured Wilbur
Yeah.
approached him and floated the idea of another run at a TV series. Wilbur was at first hesitant after the 1953 trash fire, but he was eventually convinced. And Britt gained the rights to a television adaptation of the Railway series in 1980. It spent 2 years
Okay.
animators working out what would be the best medium to make the series. How long was it? 1953 production officials found it. Britt sought out a film crew and contracted a production company called Clearwater Features. Clearwater was a company that got its start making advertisements for British television, specifically using stop motion props and models on sets. The head of Clearwater was an ex Thunderbirds Pirates David, who came on as the
I'm
showrunner,
sorry.
and Robert D. Cardona, who came on as producer. She rounded up two single writers named Michael O'Donnell and Junior Campbell,
Morning.
who became the show's musical composers. But
Morning.
Britt's biggest score of all was the
Morning.
actor himself, Ringo Starr, who came on as the show's narrator. Ringo declined the
Wait, hold
offer
on.
first as he was not familiar with the original books and said himself he didn't think kids would even be interested in trains with things like spaceships.
Oh, train guy.
Miss Altross, who produced the show, she came up to see me and she had this idea for me
Oh, I
to
didn't know you changed your
and then
profile and username
at the beginning. It was actually a battle
or tag username.
because I thought it learned Star Wars and Space Madness. So you know, like it to be story. Well, it's crazy. Star Wars, nothing to talk about.
But yes.
He eventually gave in. And so she came back and convinced me. So I said, look, I'll just read 5 of the stories up on my own on tape and listen to them and see if it's still working. And she did. Thomas had gotten celebrity talent right out of the gate. The decision was made to recreate the series using models, as the 1953 pilot had done. Except it'd be a much more professional production than that, using much larger gauge 1 scale model trains on giant sets. The model engines would have working eye mechanisms, so they could move their eyes around and emote, paired with facial expressions that could be swapped out. You could be happy or mad or tired or whatever the scene landed. The engines had working smoke units too, so they could puff steam as they traveled. The sets were the size of a standard household garage and weren't the easiest things to film on. Not exactly a cheap production, and Britt herself mortgaged her house to fund the series pilot, a decision that definitely paid off. The initial test pilot was put together in 1983. It has never seen the public light, but it did go over well. ITV loved the pilot pitch and greenlit a season of 26 episodes. The pilot, which was an adaptation of the story Down the Mine, would be refilmed entirely with the rest of season 1 and became the TV. Some shots from this pilot were reused in the final cut, as the only current footage evidence of it existing. 26 episodes in total were produced, and all were based on existing stories from Wilbur's Railway series. Some of the short stories were combined into single episodes to condense the season a bit, and this ultimately
Oh, okay.
as they managed to cover the first 7.5 books all in this go. Filming lasted 7 months, starting in September 1983 and wrapping in March 1984. Post production wrapped in April. Now, October 9th, 1984, award was introduced to the Railway series on screen. Newly
Okay.
Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I can
The
see.
series was instant, and its popularity spawned 23 more seasons. But we'll get to those. Thomas is a tanker.
I can see.
He lives in the blue state of the island of Solo. I think season 1 is outstanding in a lot of ways. It's a wonderful first impression and introduction to this universe characters. I think the overall decision for the aesthetic of season 1 and Thomas in general was very unique and clever. Character-wise, brilliant. Up on set, real speed was
Oh, lucky, man. We really can't get really anything done because, you don't, you're lucky that's going right down one way.
if the eye was just static all the time, It'd just be flat out creepy. By 2022 standards, this method may seem a little odd, especially when your eyes are not moving. Some shots
You
have
know, you have to stream of how you go back to sleep.
totally staring right into my soul. Before the time, this was happening to tell. And I think a lot of still holds up pretty well. It certainly makes these parts memorable. I really don't think Thomas would have been such a home run success if the character's eyes didn't move. The set design is incredibly strong and very unique. It's notably different from the rest of the show, where season two onwards tries to go for more industrial and realism, and eventually to a point where they try to make the engine seem as real as possible. Season one strives in making everything look more like a storybook world. The simplistic character designs themselves reflect this, all being made up of geometric shapes with little hidden detail. Many sets like this one of the
You guys,